It's Jane. This is the third time I've started filming and had something happen. Maybe the third time will be the charm. That's kind of the way the whole week has been, just in general. I mean, I feel like I've been getting a lot accomplished, but nothing to show for it. So, anyway, we had at our local church, we had an event called Autumn Nights, and it's specifically done for women, and it was a really good evening, and I'm going to show the door prize that I made for that. Okay, well, before that one, there was this one that came along, and I didn't like it because it's kind of too big, I felt. The strap was too small, so I am going to change the strap a little bit. I will take it off and actually make a longer strap so that it can be a shoulder strap. But the theme of the night was Found Faithful, so that's why we chose the faithful theme. And it's a bag that's got an outside pocket, and then when you get inside, it has two pockets. It has a slip pocket on one side, and then it has another zippered pocket on the opposite side. So, and this was meant to be a Bible bag. But I didn't like the way it turned out, so I'm going to change that out a little bit and make it my bag instead. But the recipient did enjoy the bag. She was very grateful for it, so, there's that. Now, I had told you last week about the Operation Christmas Child shoeboxes that are going out, and that I had suggested maybe I would do something each week or something about doing that. Well, this past week I was doing a lot of things around Operation Christmas Child shoebox to make things, and I told you about the hacky sacks using the pony beads, and I'm going to show you the noise that it makes. Hopefully that's using pony beads, which is, and I'm hoping that sound comes across. That is using pony beads on the inside. I do need to stick a tag to it that says has pony beads in it. You have to use non-organic material when you fill the hacky sacks. And you don't want to use polyfill because that doesn't give it the weight that it needs. And they always suggest poly beads. Poly beads are kind of expensive. If you've ever gotten one of those little bags, they're about like this, and they're close to like $20-something. Now, I have used other type of beads in the past. Had no issues with it. We had a group that went down to help with the processing, and from what I understand, things went fine with that. There were no issues. So, one of the other things that I did was I made a couple of drawstring bags, and these are just cinch bags, not really drawstring by itself, it's just a cinch. And I showed you the tic-tac-toe that my friend Velda had made last week, but we needed something to put those in instead of a Ziploc bag, so that's where these came in. These are real simple to make with leftover scraps. It'll hold things, it'll hold marbles, it'll hold all kind of things. If you make menstruation pads for the young ladies, it'll hold those as well. It'll hold toys, pencils, you name it. And of course you can make them smaller. You can make them to where they are more just like a pencil pouch, like very small, using those small scraps. And I do have a video with the other channel where I showed you how I quickly made those. I mean, there's no heavy thought process to it. It's just real simple, it's very quick. Took maybe 5 minutes to do a bag from start to finish, one bag. So it is a quick project. But anyway, I did decide I am going to do that, and I will probably start coming up with some of those ideas, introducing them each month, starting next week. I will start with some projects that'll be easy to make, quick, simple. We'll do crochet, we'll do sew, we'll do a little bit of everything. And knit. There are some knit projects you can do. Of course, they're not as quick when you knit. That is a little bit slower. I have continued to work on the baby sweater that I was doing. The sleeves are off, and now I have about another 2.5 inches to go before this is ready for that to be bound off and then to finish up the sleeves. I just haven't had time to sit and knit like I would like to, so I find that frustrating because I don't have as much time as I normally did to sit, crochet, knit. I think I've told you in the past about the bamboo that's out in front of the house that I am still trying to kill, which bamboo is extremely invasive, so I'm not sure I'll ever get it completely gone, but at least I've got a little bit of a fighting chance. I've got to take the pickaxe out there and try to get into the root so that I can pour in the spectricide so that it can kill it completely. And that's rather interesting, me, short, older, swinging a pickaxe. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting sight to see. At least that's what my neighbor tells me. He just laughs. He goes, "Why don't you just come down and ask me to help?" I said, "Well, I just didn't think about it. Why don't you just come down and offer to help?" So I tease him about that. Yeah, and I have some pretty good neighbors, so they're willing to help if I need them to. But, there are some things that I want to do on my own while I can. So that is my approach to the whole thing at the moment. But yeah, that is basically all that I've gotten done this week. Really short and simple. So the other things that I've done you don't see around the house, normal things that I'm doing, like putting shelves together, putting them up in the garage, bringing the plants in because we don't have the topsoil out here yet, and it's getting cold and I don't want them to die. I have a feeling they're going to die anyway, and that's probably a couple $1,000 wasted, but whatever. It's just money, right? All right, are you ready for a little what in Tarnation? I know I am. Okay. Escaped pigs wreaking havoc on Connecticut neighbors' lawns. Residents of a Connecticut town said a drove of pigs that escaped from a nearby farm have been destroying their lawns and gardens for weeks. Michael Grenier of Sterling said he first spotted the black mulefoot pigs outside of his home September the 30th, and on subsequent visits he has spotted up to 22 of the animals tearing up his lawn. He said the pigs have caused up to $23,000 damage to his property alone, and he isn't the only home that's being visited by these destructive swine. The pigs escaped from a nearby Radical Roots farm, and Grenier said the owner has not attempted to make amends for the damage. I don't know of any instance that he has accepted responsibility. It's always somebody else's fault. It's someone cut my fence. Someone was shooting my animals. Someone left my gate open, he told WTIC-TV. Post on the farm's Facebook page states, if anyone sees the pigs that are out, please contact us directly. We cannot successfully retrieve them or get them home if everyone sends their dogs out or chases them away. I would say fix your fence, buddy. That's part of having a farm. Constantly knowing where your animals are at and what they're up to. I'm going to leave it there. All right, Florida man cited for booty patrol truck's resemblance to Border Patrol vehicle. A Florida driver was issued a citation when sheriff's deputies determined his truck labeled Booty Patrol too closely resembled a Border Patrol vehicle. The DeSoto County Sheriff's Office said the white Chevy Silverado, which bears a green stripe on the side and the words Booty Patrol on the back, had been spotted in several counties. The driver was cited under a law banning vehicles from having red and blue lights that too closely resemble the lights on law enforcement vehicles. Comments underneath the sheriff's office's Facebook post indicate the truck is a show vehicle, and the lights were only ever used in the filming of a music video and not on public roads. Which that's a good thing. Trick-or-treaters. Have you ever had a bear trick-or-treat? Bear goes trick-or-treating in Florida neighborhood, eats candy, and there's video. A bear went trick-or-treating in a Florida neighborhood and helped itself to a mouthful of candy from an unattended bowl. Perry Limbasha said she was out trick-or-treating with her kids in Lake Mary neighborhood when they spotted a bear nearby. Limbasha captured video as a bear helped itself to some candy from an unattended jack-o'-lantern bowl outside a home's front door. With the wrapper? An incredulous child can be heard saying in the video as the bear enjoys its treats. I do that sometimes, another child says. I eat the Starburst with the wrapper. The family drove away in a golf cart when the bear got too close, and the Bruin wandered off in the opposite direction. And for us Pennsylvania folks, Kevin Bacon is home. Pig named Kevin Bacon returns home after 7 days on the loose. An escaped Pennsylvania pig named Kevin Bacon is back home after rescue efforts including a Benadryl-laced sticky bun and a plea for help from the actor who shares his name. Chelsea Rumbaugh of Gettysburg said the 200-pound Juliana pig was captured after 17 days on the loose when it returned to her property and wandered into the new pen she and her husband constructed after the escape. I had come outside with my husband to do a perimeter walk of our property to see if Kevin was hiding in the woods, she told Philly Voice. No sooner than we stepped outside, we saw that Kevin was in our new pen. I dropped what I was holding, ran over to the gate, stepped into the pen myself, and shut the gate behind me. Kevin returned home shortly after Rumbaugh confirmed the pig had eaten a sticky bun she had laced with Benadryl and placed near her property. Benadryl sticky bun has been eaten, and now I'm looking for a passed-out pig somewhere, she said on the Bring Kevin Bacon Home Facebook page Tuesday morning. Kevin became a local celebrity during his time on the loose, with neighbors donating their time and equipment, including camera drones, to the search. The pig's notoriety even earned the attention of his namesake, actor Kevin Bacon, who posted a plea on social media site Threads to bring Kevin Bacon home. And Kevin is home. Now, this is rather amazing. And I would have liked to have seen this in person. Reported house fire was an amazing Halloween display. Firefighters in New York responded to a report of a house on fire and arrived to find the purported flames were actually an amazing Halloween decoration. Glens Falls firefighters, IAFF Local 2230 said crews responded to a Glens Falls home for a report of a confirmed structure fire. To our surprise, this was an amazing Halloween decoration, firefighters wrote in a posting video of the effect to Facebook. The department said no action was taken against the homeowner. And when you see the video, it does actually look like the house is on fire. Let me get a drink. So it's rather amazing video. We're going to rehash some stories that have happened throughout the year. Simply because, last week was Halloween, that kind of thing. 5 spooky unsolved odd news mysteries for Halloween. Halloween is a celebration of the strange and unexplained, but the odd news headlines prove that spooky doesn't always mean ghosts and ghouls. Sometimes it can be a real mystery. This year's headlines have featured their fair share of bizarre, thought-provoking, and sometimes downright scary mysteries, from pumpkins impaled on spires to enigmatic minion statues to unidentified creatures. Here are 5 of the spookiest unsolved odd news mysteries so far this year. Pumpkins impaled on university tower spires. An annual mystery once again became the talk of the campus at New Hampshire's Plymouth State University when a pair of pumpkins were impaled on the spires of Round's Tower, a large clock tower in the center of campus. The pumpkins have appeared on the spires every year since the 1970s, excepting one year when the roof was under construction. But people behind the annual prank and their methods remain a closely guarded secret. When I see that, I think of the story my grandfather told me about when he was younger. He and one of his friends, the pastor, had rebuked them about something that they had done. And as a prank, they took the pastor's buggy and put it on top of the church steeple. So yeah, it's amazing what people can do when they put their minds to it. Mysterious minion sculptures appear in Australian town. Residents of Warwick, Victoria, Australian town boasting a population of about 70 people, first spotted mysterious minion sculpture in town just before Christmas, and the statues have continued to appear on various properties to reach a current total of 24. Perpetrators behind the scrap metal sculptures, some of which are designed to have uses such as mailboxes and planters, were caught on camera in one incident, but they were disguised by Santa Claus costumes. And there's video, talking with the people that have seen these and have them. So it's interesting. Mysterious flying creature keeps pounding in Oklahoma family's back door. Karen Dillon of Oklahoma City said her family has repeatedly been awakened in the middle of the night by a loud banging on her back door. Security cameras have only captured grainy, unclear footage of the unknown animal. She said she suspects the animal might be a bat, but some experts said the animal could also be an unusually large moth. They said bats would be less likely to crash into a door due to their use of echolocation. And the next story is the balls of ice from sky crashes through the roof of a California house. John LeClaire of Big Bear, California, had an unseasonable spooky experience when a ball of ice crashed through the roof of his house, making a noise that he can only compare to a sonic boom. LeClaire and his family have been unable to get any answers from authorities as to whether the bowling ball-sized chunk of ice was the remains of a meteor or whether it fell from a passing airplane. You'd think they could figure that out pretty quickly. Mystery creature caught on camera in South Carolina waters. And we once again have video. Video recorded by Rain McKinney near the South Causeway Bridge to Pawleys Island in South Carolina left experts stumped as to the identity of an oddly shaped swimming creature. A South Carolina Department of Natural Resources representative said officials were stumped by the video, which was passed along to the Marine Resources Research Institute in Charleston for further analysis. That's it for What in Tarnation. As many of you know, there have been quite a few people this week that have had some serious complications in our world. One of those is Josephine, who broke and fell and broke her femur, I believe. And she is a mighty warrior for Camp Boggy Creek. So let's pray that her recovery time, healing time goes well and quick and swiftly without any complications. And of course, many of you know Madonna Ballard, our lovely old lady. Madonna fell in her bathroom. If you've seen Billy's video, Crafty Flirting, you already know that. But as a result, she also had some health issues she needed to take care of. She fell and broke her hip during that time. That has been corrected, but she also had some issues with her leg that required that she have an amputation below the knee amputation, as well as the toe on one of her other foots. So let's continue to lift these two women up in our prayers, our thoughts, vibes, whatever it is you do, that they have speedy recovery. From what I understand, Madonna will not be going back into her home, which is probably a very good thing. It's not really a good place for her. And of course, I believe her cousin is feeding her cats. So let's pray for a good solution, and that Madonna will be at peace with the solution that happens, and that someone will take those cats and love them. All right, let's get into the devotional. Our devotional comes from Promises from God's Heart, and this is comforting truth for our every need. Maybe this is a good one to have this week. Promises from God's heart when you are afraid. God is our refuge and strength, a helper who is always found in times of trouble. Therefore, we will not be afraid. Psalm 46, verses 1 through 2. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? This calm comes from Psalm 27, verse 1. There is no fear in love. Instead, perfect love drives out fear, because fear involves punishment. So the one who fears has not reached perfection in love.
Unknown caller.
Sorry, folks. It's time for me to sign up for Medicare, so that's where all that comes from. That comes from 1 John 4, verse 18. All right, that is it for today's devotional. As always, be kind to one another, love one another. Get out there and see this big, beautiful world we live in. Get in touch with God today. Turn that radio on. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.